So here's our switch from episode 1. The supply from the fuse board goes into the middle terminal. The output, the supply going to the lights, is on this outside terminal. And if you remember, we had that brass terminal on the end, which is the earth or the ground, going back to the bus bar, which eventually goes back to the battery. So all still works. Phew, thankfully. Well done. We can start now thinking about the next circuit that we want to install. So we've got another lighting circuit for the kitchen area where we want about 3 lights. We want a circuit to the water pump. We want a circuit to the heater and to some security measures that we want to install, and various other things that we're going to require a 12-volt switch. So to bring all those things together, I want to use this control panel. This is our control panel. This switch will be controlling the living area lights. These are kitchen lights on a separate circuit, and 3 other appliances which will be individually fused. So on the back, the manufacturer supplied 15 amp fuses to all of the switches. However, in our case, all of our switches will be located on the fuse box. So if there is an issue, I go straight to the fuse box and I don't have to remove the control panel and look through these fiddly fuses to locate where the issue is. I just simply go to my fuse box and identify where the issue is. So I'll be removing these first. So interestingly, on this switch, the appliance is located on that middle terminal, and power to the switch is coming in through here. So what I'm going to do now, so that we can see this a little bit more clearly now, is just hook up the live wire to the fuse box and this negative or earth to our bus bar, which is eventually located to our battery. So I'm going to do that now. The manufacturer's given us this red cable to connect to our live, which goes to our fuse box, and this black cable, or the negative or the ground, goes back to our bus bar. So as you can see, we're now live. These switches will turn off. Unfortunately, these switches and this meter is live and will remain live. What we want to do now is include a toggle switch that will isolate this row of charging points and the voltage meter, and that's what we'll move on to now. Oops.
ねえ、もしかしてこれ Oops.
So just to recap as before, so we have our live coming in to the middle terminal of our switch, and then our auxiliary or our switch live going to the back of the control panel, and then the earth or the ground goes back to the battery via the buzz bar. So this, if we turn the power on, that switch is now live, and that control panel is now live. But it also means that via this switch we can now turn everything off in one go, which is what we want. Okay, so now what I want to do is, the next stage is to connect up this first. Now what I want to do is on the back is connect. Now what I want to do on the back is connect the original. Now what I want to do on the back. Now what I want to do on the back is connect the living room lights to the back, and this time the switch live is in the middle there. And if I remove that going to the back, let's see what we've got. So now what I want to do is use this control panel. So this first pitch. So the next stage is to use this switch for the lighting circuit that's going to be feeding light in the living area. So this is from the original lighting circuit that goes into that middle terminal, not the outside terminal, the middle one. So that's our power in, and the middle one on this switch to our auxiliaries is that one. And there we go. So very easy. So again on that middle one, which would be coming from the kitchen lighting circuit, which we hooked up, goes into the back of that middle one. Okay, now if I turn that off first, there. So I've got two active circuits working independently. All very good, but currently that's working off the same circuit all the way through. So now what I want to do is fuse these two circuits separately. I don't want a 15 amp or a 30 amp fuse for my lighting circuit. I want a 2 amp fuse. So I'm going to disconnect the power coming into these two terminals. Just turn it around so you can see. So I disconnected them, and I'm now going to take a feed from here back to my fuse box, which is our final intention. This will connect the kitchen lights. This will connect the main living lights. Turn it over. Now what is different now, because these two are connected directly to the fuse box, this master switch won't turn them off. Instead they're done at the switch. So eventually only these three will be controlled by this master switch. There. I hope you found the video informative, and if you did, would you please give me a thumbs up. In the next video we'll be looking at dimmer switches and two-way switches. Thank you for watching.